Come, let's move into our revision class. Right. Now, what are the portions for our academic examination? So we have light lesson and electricity, right? So from that, so what are the main areas you have to first concentrate? So first consolidate the concepts under which you are supposed to prepare. Okay. So as the physics is concerned, first you have to cover with all the definitions of both the lessons. Okay. And then concentrate mainly on sums. Sums means automatically along with the sums you have to be very thorough with the formulas. Okay, that's what I have written here. And then we have some table column based questions like differences, image formation, like that we have some table column based questions, so which are all very important. And what is that? Concept oriented. On the basis of concept, they are very important too, right? So and next one is application oriented question. So some concepts we will learn and how that concepts are applied in our daily life. So some questions will be asked like that too. And some questions have diagrams in the textbook, like gold leaf electroscope, rainbow formation, like that we have some questions. So that diagrams with the parts, they are also important. And then along with these two contents, sums and formulas, along that, what are all the units for the variables involved in the formulas? For example, if we have R is equal to 2F, what is the unit for R and what is the unit for F? And then we have laws. What are the laws we have learned? Laws of reflection, laws of refraction we have learned, right, in these two lessons. So that two laws. And we have some constants. Constants means numbers, right? Numbers which are all fixed values. So that we have to get prepared. And along with this, we have some classification and types, point by point oriented question answers. Classification means what? Types of mirrors. We have on flow chart, no? Spherical mirrors, curved mirrors, plane mirrors, like that. Right? So we will based on that. And types. Regarding these types, so what are the types of spherical mirrors, like that we have some questions, no? So that type of questions also we need to prepare. Okay, first let us see one by one concept. Definitions based on definitions. These are the definitions we have to prepare, right? So what are spherical mirrors? And in the mirrors, what are the terms involved in the mirrors? Like pole of the mirror, center of curvature, principal axis, focal length. So 7 definitions are there. That I had included in one term there. So be alert, only one term, no. There are 7 concepts in it, so be ready for that. Next one, what is reflection and what is refraction? What is multiple reflection? Children, seeing these numbers, don't get frightened. Very simple definitions only. If you cover all these, you can prepare yourself for NEET and you can prepare yourself for a vast portion of your 2 lessons. Right? So that's why I have given like this. So don't get frightened seeing these numbers. Okay. Then what is refractive index? What is dispersion? And one thing I want to tell you children, when you are learning for refractive index, reflection and refraction and any quantity like charge, electricity, you have to learn along with the unit and formula. If formula is there, learn that formula also. If formula is there, not there means leave it. But unit is very important. Learn the units of that quantity also, right? Then what is elementary charge? What define electric current? Define potential difference. What is an electric circuit? What is earthing? What is chemical effect and heating effect? What is electroplating? They are all 2-line definitions only. So maximum you can take 15 minutes for all these 17 definitions. So have a revision part for your notes and read and write and see, verify yourself. Right? No need to give to your parent and not for correction. You yourself correct it. Then only you can analyze your mistakes. Right? Next one, we are moving to the second part, sums, formulas. So we have done on a whole around 20 sums we have done in these 2 lessons. So 3 part and the last part also, the recent video also has sent based on sums only. So on a whole we have done around 20 sums. So in these 20 sums are based on these 10 formulas only. Right? So in these 10 formulas, repeated sums only I have done, but in a different with the different numbers, right? So prepare all those sums. Okay, very important. Prepare those sums. Some sums will come with same numbers, some sums will come with different numbers, right? So mostly it will be sum, same model sum with different numbers. What are the formulas? R is equal to 2f. What is R? Radius of curvature. What is F? Focal length. Right? Then in this formula we can find for F. F is equal to R by 2. Okay? Then we have Q is equal to ME. What is Q? Charge. E is charge of one electron. And so then when I am teaching this, I am going to cover the units also now simultaneously. See it, right? So R, F, we have two concepts. So R and F will have a unit meter. Symbol is M, unit is meter. Okay. Next one, Q is equal to ME. So now we have here Q, E will have the unit C, which is expanded as coulomb. Next we have N is equal to number of images formed in multiple reflection. Do you remember periscope and kaleidoscope? Right, so many images will be formed. So what is the formula? N is equal to 360 degree by beta minus 1. So for that number, it is number only, so it doesn't have any unit. Okay. Then mu2 with respect to 1. So refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, which is equal to mu2 by mu1. So this refractive index will not have any unit. Reason also I have explained. So go through that. Next, we have one another formula for refractive index, C by V. So where C and V are velocities. So C comma V, which will have the unit meter per second. Right. Then we have potential formula for V, which is potential difference, and formula for current I, which is equal to V1, V2, V3. Sum of V1, V2, V3 and I1 plus I2 plus I3. The first one goes for series circuit and second one goes for parallel circuit. Remember that. Next, and for this come to the unit. This V is volts. V. Okay. And children, one V is velocity and another V is potential difference. So don't get confused. This small v goes for velocity and this v goes for potential difference or voltage. So don't get confused. Okay. This v will have unit meter per second and this v will have the unit volts, capital V symbol. Okay. So don't get confused with this. Right. Then we have another formula. I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, which is for what type of circuit? Parallel type of circuit, and for that the unit is ampere. The symbol is A. Okay, so formulas are over. Now children, if you want to note down this formula, pause the video, note down all the formulas and practice it. Okay, sums based on these formulas only are going to have. Then we have our refractive index. Refractive index is equal to sin I by sin R. What law is this? Snell's law. Right? Next one we have, this is a law of reflection. Angle I is equal to angle R. Okay. So based on these formulas only are going to write the sums. Right. Next we have some tabular column based questions which are very important towards your detailed question answers. Right. So image formation in a concave mirror. Do you remember children? Concave mirror. There are 6 positions. Right. At infinity. Then at what is that? Beyond C. At C. Like that we have on tabular column. No. So that tabular column and the same type of tabular column of convex mirror and differences between series and parallel circuits which I had given in the notes. And then what is the difference between conductors and insulators. And this question children I have not given in the form of tabular problem but as question answers I have given. So you can write like that also or you can write like tabular column also. So it is your convenience. Along with this, we have one question called regular reflection and irregular reflection. That also I have not given as tabular columns, but as question answer only I have given. So you can write like that also, or you can write in the format of tabular column. It is your wish. Okay. So these are all the tabular column based questions. Next we have to do about diagrams. So what are the diagrams we have? Electroscope you have, rainbow formation, and reflection here. Don't get confused with reflection. We have so many diagrams. What are they? Number one, for loss of reflection we have one diagram, right? And for regular and irregular reflection we have some other diagram. So practice both the diagrams. Diagram means don't think that it is a diagram as you draw in a very clear way and as you draw in biology. No, it is a simple diagram only. So practice that. Okay. Next, refraction also. I have given one diagram. It is not in your book, but that diagram I have given in your notes. So practice that diagram. And atom, it's a very simple diagram. Atom, nucleus at the center, and that parts, introductory part, the part 1 video of your electricity lesson, I have given that diagram. So practice it. Okay. And then we have electroplating diagram, periscope, and mirrors. In this mirror question, what the diagram we have? Like that one, spherical shape, marking pole, center of curvature, focal length, all those that diagram only. So don't think that a big mirror will be asked. That not that diagram, a very simple diagram. Okay. So these diagrams, students, when you are drawing, notes on that diagrams are not asked. Regarding these diagrams, I told you now not to go with the detailed contents and all. Only the diagrams with the parts. For example, you have this electroplating diagram on the last part of your electricity lesson. In that, what is cathode? What is copper solution? Positive terminal, negative terminal, copper spoon. Like that only, that parts are not needed. Okay, don't go deep into that and all. Only the parts and the theory contents not needed for the diagrams. So kindly practice that diagrams. Okay, draw and practice. You cannot read the diagrams. So draw on your afternoon book and practice, and parts and all. If there is spelling mistakes, marks won't be given. Okay, because it is diagram based questions. So half of the mark will be given for your diagram and half mark will be given for your parts. So if there is spelling mistake, surely mark won't be given. So get prepared with. Okay. Next, coming to the application oriented question. What are these? Some concepts what you learn in your books will be applied in your daily life. Okay. So some questions I have given in the notes like that. So that question only are called as application oriented questions. For example, why we use silver in mirrors, how rainbow is formed, why we use red color in traffic light, and why we should not stand in open spaces during lightning and a storm, right? And these questions, till this question I have given in notes, children, so you can learn easily. But this question, while when we rub on a carpet, when we touch the doorknob, we will feel like getting shocked, right? Why? That question answer is given in your textbook. With the diagram it is there, so you can find the answer. For these questions, no other way, you have to write on your own. Okay, I have not given notes. Right, in books it is there, concept is given. Learn that, understand it, you can write on your own. Okay, why we use fuse in series? Right, why earthing must be done? Why tungsten and nickel wires are used? This question I have given in notes. Okay, so I will give the explanation for this. Why fuse is used in series? That's why only when fuse connection is connected in series, if heavy current flows in, that fuse wire will get broken down, so that we can safeguard the other appliances in our home. Okay, right? Then why earthing must be done? So to save ourselves, to prevent ourselves from shocks. So that is our answer for this, right? So this we have seen already. There are two laws: laws of reflection and laws of refraction. When you are writing these two laws, write the statement. Along with that statement, write the equation also. What is the equation for reflection? There are two laws, right? First point and second point. After the second point, you have to write this. Angle I is equal to angle R. This is the equation for laws of reflection. And we have refraction. So write the statement, right, for angle of refraction, law of refraction. Along after finishing that, write this equation. Sin I by sin R is equal to a constant. In bracket you have to write mu. Okay, these are all I have explained very well in the classes itself. What I want to tell you now, when you are writing the law, don't stop with the law, write the equation also. Correct? Next one, I have given one topic now, constants, number based questions. So that's one. It can be asked in your mean test also. C. Where we use the C in this formula. Mu is equal to C by V. We have written no. Refractive index is equal to speed of light in air by speed of light in the medium. So this C value may be given in the question or may not be given in the question. But you are supposed to know it. So what is the value? C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. And we have one another value E. Where we use that? Q is equal to NE. This E value is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Now pause the video and practice these two numbers at least for 10 times. Then come to the video back. Because these numbers are used in sums. But these values may be given or may not be given in the question. Right? If it is not given, you cannot complain, ma'am, that value is not given. The question is wrong. No. That constant you have to know on your own. Okay? So, practice that, memorize that values. Okay? Next one, classification and types. So, based on that, we have types of mirrors, spherical mirrors, curved mirrors, parabolic mirrors. Second or third question in the first part. Okay, and what reflection, irregular reflection, regular reflection, right? That types concept we have to learn, not only the names, meanings of that. Okay. Next one, what are the three methods of transfer of charges? What are the three methods? Transfer by induction, conduction, friction. Name alone is important. Okay, don't go deep into the content. Okay, then what are the uses of heating effect? Where we use heating effect? Electric oven, kettle, like that we have 3 points, no. So that question. So name alone, explanation not needed. Okay, so if you are not very thorough with this, replay the video again and know all the important concepts of this lessons, right? So practice this first and then go into the detail into your other question answers and other notes of your notes, classworks. Okay, prepare well, get good marks. Thank you.